This episode brought to you by the Uninformed Co-Host. Played by me, Cody, the Uninformed Co-Host.
This is Hot Drop, where we bring you premier PUBG analysis and zesty aromatic drops. I'm Dano.
And I'm the Uninformed Host, Cody.
Oh, let's get into it.
So it feels like it's been forever since we sat down to record. Like a lifetime has gone by.
It really feels like way more than a week. And I think it was only a week and a day, right? We did it last Wednesday.
A week and a day, but work has been
crazy.
Zach Barr and I have been working so many hours. All of the freshmen have moved in. We are here. School starts soon. Wow.
We're here, we're alive, and we're uninformed.
Yeah, very uninformed. I'm like, oh, wow, that's new.
Oh, firing range. Oh, that's new.
Oh, interesting. Racetrack, you say?
But, we made it.
Let's do our little housekeeping bit here and get right into this stuff, man.
Let's dive in. So what did you miss on your Discord time off? I will tell you.
Yeah.
Just a couple solid conversations, I got to say.
The only time I ever saw anything was when somebody was like hounding me. And I was like, oh, I guess I got to look now, but I really don't even know.
So while you were away, Hot Drop while you were out edition, we had some deep conversations about whether gazpacho or gazpacho, however you pronounce that, not totally sure, is the same thing as salsa.
No, one's a cold soup.
Damn it. You're supposed to say it's the same thing because it's made from the same ingredients.
It's not the same thing.
It's totally the same thing.
The way
if you put chips in gazpacho, is it chips and salsa?
No.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
That you were an uncultured monster.
We went back and forth on that. You should pop into the food and drink room for more of that.
Go back 7 days and find that.
Yeah, go back 7 days. We also had, so this was a fun thing. We had Clay saw another hot dropper in his game. So Clay and Slasher McGuff, two hot droppers. He saw Slasher go down in his kill feed, killed by some random guy. So Clay posted the photo or a snapshot of that kill feed into the Discord and said, hey, Slasher, I saw you die. And then another hot dropper, someone else, Bass, saw the screenshot, saw who killed Slasher, and realized it was his real life friend that killed him. And then texted him and said, yo, dude, did you just kill Slasher McGuff? And he was like, yeah, I just totally did. And he sent a screenshot of the text message conversation that he had with him. How weird is that? How crazy is that?
It's a small world after all.
What are the odds? Seriously. We also have Matt Von Doom. Still not sure why his middle name is Eugene, but it is.
Ask your parents, Matthew.
Yep, we didn't name you that. And also we had some competition talk, some competitive PUBG, especially on the Xbox side, because there was talk of the custom games coming to Xbox with the release of 1.0, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And a couple people were very interested in starting a team or two and representing Hot Drop and, you know, competing together and practicing together and sort of taking a more serious approach. So I think that's really cool. So what I did was create a new room in the Discord for competitive PUBG. And if you guys are interested, pop in and we will see if we can get something going. Because I think once those customs hit for Xbox, we will try to do some tournaments. And I think PC as well. There's no reason to leave out the PC guys, except it's just a whole lot more Xbox people that seem to be excited about that. And let's see, what do we got? We got a hotline. What do we do in the hotline, Cody?
We make it bling, baby.
Magic. 508-216-0006. Call it. You leave a message, and then we play it. That's it.
Sometimes we answer the questions.
Occasionally, yeah. You can ask us questions, too.
And you said that's it. It's not it, but I just want to give everybody well-informed decision-making.
Of course, of course. Top 10. We do that sometimes, too. And by sometimes, I mean every week for the past 8 weeks straight, going on 9. Last week, we had Karmakaze with a back-to-back win, scrapping up another win. And this week is Best Fails, not top 10. The winner has not been chosen yet. The video will go out tomorrow. And now for the next one that is currently open and accepting of submissions, we have top 10 multi-kills. Show us your doubles, your triples, your quintuples, your quadruples, whatever upples you have. Send them in. We'll rank them. We'll give you a custom Discord emote for your trouble if you happen to win. And now I think, so we didn't talk about this before the start of this episode, but what do you think about asking for a little help?
I think we do need a little help. So here at Hot, I feel like you need to play the Sarah McLachlan music.
In the arms of an angel?
Like,
No, we're not dying.
We're growing, but we need your help. For the low price of a redesigned logo, we really just want to rebrand a little bit and make something that's a little more versatile. And so we are hoping that any of you listeners out there are good at graphic design or logo design or anything of the like. So you might want to, out of the kindness of your heart, help us out with a new logo and such. We want to, keep it a close-knit type of deal and see who wants to help out. Shoot us a DM. Slide on in there, I guess.
Yeah, slide in. I don't know. I don't really want to outsource to someone who isn't in the community. So if we could keep it, within the group that we already have and sort of, go with someone who has some experience, that'd be pretty cool. Because there was talk about shirts and jerseys and mugs and posters and stickers. A bunch of you have expressed interest in merchandise. So, I would love to scratch that itch for you guys, but I think we need to get a new logo first. I think it's time for a rebrand, take this thing into the next generation of whatever, HOTDROP part 2. I don't know. I think it's ready.
So do I.
And we also didn't mention before we started recording, but I feel like it's time to do another PC night. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down. How about next Thursday?
Perfect. Done.
The 30th.
The 30th. Yep. August 30th is going to be our PC night. We'll start at around 8 o'clock Eastern time. Hop into the Discord. We'll have the custom rooms open and we'll do some war modes. And if we have enough people, we'll also do some regular game modes, regular battle royale.
But also for you Xbox people, I'll probably have some time this weekend to play. So don't get sad. Don't get upset.
Don't get sad. Never be sad.
I'm very happy. Now that the crazy time at work is over, I should be able to just play more.
Boom. I'm excited. So I think we're going to switch it up this week. Let's do personal computer place first. What do you say?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll follow me, we are now entering the personal computer place.
There's so much here.
There's so much here. Firing range is here. We've asked for it. You've asked for it. Everyone's asked for it. And now we got it. But not quite.
There's a training mode. There's a training mode.
It's a whole new map. It's a 2x2 map. It's half the size of Savage.
And it looks like it's like an in-between structure-wise. So like it's deserty, but then there are weird trees too. So it's like Erangel and Miramar put together a little bit.
Yeah, it's like a mixture of everything.
It's interesting. Oh, and then it's like the base from Sanhok.
Yeah, it's like not just a shooting range too. It's everything. There's racetracks, there's parachute landing zones to practice that. There's scattered targets around there to master your peak shot. There's moving targets. There's targets that are up to 1,000 meters away. You can practice vaulting, close quarters combat, vehicle jumps. It's literally everything. So you can hop in with between 5 and 25 players. I don't know why they didn't do 4, because if you had 4 with the squad, that would make sense. But I don't really know exactly how they're going to work this, if this is just going to be a custom game mode or if it's a map that you queue for. But either way, it's going to be so much fun to get in here and practice some of your skills in a confined area. It looks pretty freaking sweet. All the weapons, all of the grenades, the throwables.
I wonder if it's going to suck in terms, like if you drop in with 25 people, it's just going to be a bunch of people trolling each other.
So I thought about that. And so I went onto the Twitters and I looked it up. So it looks like what they're going to do is make it so that you can be shot all the way down to 1 HP and then it regenerates. So it makes it so you can't die, but it also allows you to practice your sprays to see that you've shot them enough times to kill them.
I wonder if
And
there's going to be an indicator.
yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. That's a good question. But I feel like in certain areas, they should make it so that if you opt into playing like a close quarters battle match, like a mini battle royale within the map, you like walk onto this platform and then it realizes, okay, we got 5 people, and then like a timer ticks down and then everyone runs in and then you can die and then respawn or something like that. I think that would be cool to have like a mini battle royale within that training mode that you opt into.
They're clearly a little vague here. Like, here are all
Yeah.
these things. We can't quite tell you everything. We really don't know, but here it is.
Yeah. And we don't have much more details of how this is really going to work. It's just, here's the features that we are providing you. That's kind of what they've said.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, me too. It's going to give you a chance for new players to practice their skills, learn the game, and of course, the older, more experienced players to perfect some of those bullet drops that we've all been wanting to practice with. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. So that was one of the big announcements that they made at Gamescom. And along with that, they also mentioned that Xbox is hitting 1.0 September 4th. So those are the 2 major announcements. And we'll get to Xbox in a second. But also there was a dev letter that came out fairly recently as well. And it was mostly about the server maintenance, or server performance improvements. And this is like a very, very technical letter, so I don't even want to read it. But if you're interested, if you have any background in networking and IT stuff, you will find some interest here, because this explains how exactly their network information flows from the client to the server and what they're doing to improve performance and how they measure that performance as well. So there's some pretty detailed stuff here. And overall, they just say they decreased the delay for gunfire about 18%, from 94.5 milliseconds to 77 milliseconds on average. And if you're familiar with Battle Nonsense, I think we mentioned that YouTube channel a few times. They do netcode analysis of PUBG, and they actually gave them a shout out in this dev letter to explain that what they're testing is actually legit. So shout out to those guys making great content.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This is really detailed. I don't know what any of this means.
I know. I was reading it and I'm like, I don't understand these words. I know what they mean separately, but when I put them in a sentence, I don't know what they're saying. So someone more smart than me, more smartest, we'll have to figure that out.
All right. Well,
PC update 20. So we just missed this by a day. So you guys have already played this on the test server, but it's live on the live servers. So this is a big one. You want to take this one?
It wasn't even a day. It was like later on the evening that we had done this. So we recorded, and then that morning when I woke up and saw it had been posted, we were like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Listen, they added a bunch of cool stuff. All right. So they changed a bunch of quality of life stuff. Cool. Whatever. Let's go to some bug fixes, though. And then we'll go to the new weapon. So what they did is they labeled where they were doing these bug fixes, which helps. So as we look at them, we can see now that they fixed something on Miramar or the replay system or Erangel, whatever. So they fixed an issue where there were dead players' loot boxes sometimes buried in certain locations inside of Miramar. You know, the Cave of Wonders, essentially. Item mesh fixed an issue where items were difficult to distinguish from the floor in the police station and El Azahar on Miramar. So what I've seen from the pictures essentially is they give some of these things a little glow, right?
Yeah, that's a new feature, quality of life.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it makes it easy to see like what you're looking at and what you're going to pick up.
It doesn't. I don't think it changes anything bad about the game because everybody wants to go in and find the loot, and it really doesn't add anything to see it. So this is awesome. They fixed a bunch of replay things. We just know we need the replay to be a lot better, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. It doesn't render in fast enough. It's not responsive. So any and all fixes are welcome. Character movement. They fixed an issue where the prone player is shown to be moving very fast while on a sloped area. I didn't know that ever happened. Spectating teammates. The kill feed will be displayed in white instead of blue when you are spectating.
Yeah, and another piece to the kill feed. So one of the quality of life things was they made it so you can show 10 lines of kill feed results instead of the current 5 lines. So you can double up the number of kill feed lines you see.
Getting stuck. They fixed an issue where characters can sometimes get stuck between a wall and a vehicle while exiting the passenger seat when the vehicle is touching a wall. I mean, they shouldn't let you get out of the car if that's the case anyway, but...
Yeah, you should have to switch seats for that.
Yeah. Looting effects. They fixed an issue where looting sound and visual effects play even though one item is not looted if the character moves away while looting.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you'll hear the sound and you'll see the visual effects, the arm go out, but you actually didn't pick it up.
Yeah, interesting. Blood effects. Fixed an issue where blood effects sometimes shows up randomly when moving in replay.
All right.
Fuel gauge. Fixed an issue where sometimes the fuel gauge of vehicles wasn't in sync with the visual display on the dashboard.
Yeah, now we're getting into fine details here, but I did notice that in the when I'm playing first person in the test server earlier. But now on to the good stuff. What do we got?
A barrel M762. It's a new versatile assault rifle which spawns on Aragel, Miramar, and Sanhok. This is what we've been waiting for a long time. It is the M4 version of an AK.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Completely modifiable. This is exciting. I wanna play with it. I haven't watched or seen or done anything in the last 10 days, so I just want to be able to get into this and figure out what it's like. Have you played with it?
Yeah, so I've played with it a few rounds, and the iron sights. Well, so a couple impressions. First, the iron sights are basically exactly like the AKs, very flat on the top. The front sight is thin. I would say it's a little bit better than the AK, but it's about the same. It does take a rail attachment, a grip attachment. It does not take a stock, which seems weird. It looks like it should, but it doesn't. And of course, it takes all the optics, red dot up to 6x and extended mag and barrel. So the gun sounds awesome. Like it sounds super, super powerful when you shoot it. However, if you put a silencer on it, it's the exact same sound as the AK, which was kind of a bummer for me. I like the cool silent sounds.
The suppressor clack is like one of the nicest.
Yeah. Like the SLR silencer, which kind of sounds like shearing metal, but also kind of like puny at the same time, but also powerful. Like I don't even know how to describe it, but it sounds so cool. It sounds like a laser.
I feel like that sounds good enough.
Yeah. So they could have gone with that, but unfortunately they went with the sound of, the AK, but what can you do? It does hold the 30 rounds, 40 with an extended mag, and it kicks a lot. It definitely kicks a lot. You're going to want to put a grip on it if you're going to be spraying with it. But it doesn't really seem to kick as much as the AK, but I could be just because I had a grip on it, whereas you can't put a grip on the AK. But it does shoot faster than the AK, so you can put more damage out per second.
How much less damage per bullet, though?
I think it's the same amount of damage as the AK. And I would have to double check that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, audience, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as the AK.
Interesting. So I can't buy a scooter in real life, but I can ride a scooter in Sanhok. I'm pretty excited about. You don't even use the vehicles on that map, and I just want to try it.
So this does not replace the two-seater motorbike. It was going to, and then they patched the motorcycle back in, which is good because I like having the really fast motorcycle. But now on top of the motorcycle, you also get the scooter, seats 2 people, has a top speed of around 90, from what I could tell, 85, 90. Handles off-roading pretty well, and it also has a better turning radius than the motorcycle does. And it also has the same hit points as the motorcycle. So it's not going to take a whole lot of damage before it blows up, but it's going to get you from A to B pretty quick. And I assume it's also pretty quiet, but I haven't been able to test that out yet. I haven't found it yet.
How does it traverse uphill?
From the videos that I've seen, it looks like it does a pretty good job. It's pretty similar to the motorcycle, but I haven't had a chance to test it myself. I've actually played the test server quite a bit, but I never got a chance to find one. I never came across one. But it kind of looks like a Vespa, like the old school scooters. It comes in pink and a light blue. So it's pretty cool. Like it fits the aesthetic of the map pretty well, I think.
It's like a mix of like a Vespa and like the American Genuine Scooters brand.
Mm-hmm. It's got that front like knee shield or whatever. I don't know what you call that, but yeah.
This is cool.
Seat for 2 people. Yeah, pretty neat.
All right. On to gameplay, Dano.
Boom. Does that mean I should take it?
No.
Okay.
When I actually read, they added a third-person aim camera position option. So you can reset to right shoulder. Camera will always be positioned above the character's right shoulder or the left shoulder, or it automatically moves to the direction that you last leaned for peeking. In the latest aim shoulder, the camera remains in the ADS direction. In the setting, the camera position won't be changed by leaning. From what I understand about this, they are essentially making it easier for all of you who are getting really mad about when you accidentally switch shoulders and you don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making perspective look a little bit better as well.
Right. Yeah, you have a couple more options here.
It was getting frustrating during the latest patch, I think. Maybe not the latest, but recently, where people were having difficulty because they would switch shoulders by accident, and then it would be difficult to get back to what the default was. So I'm excited to actually try that out a bit, because the leaning thing or the peeking thing, I think, is actually neat.
Yeah, I don't do it enough, I think. I don't really...
For a little while I was, and it was working okay, but I don't know. It's not as useful all the time. Some people do it constantly, so...
Yeah. When I've switched shoulders, I always seem to do it accidentally. Like, it's pretty rare that I want to have the camera over the left shoulder, but maybe I should be trying that.
Maybe.
I think it'll give you a whole new perspective. Like, even if you see the screenshot, like, side by side, it's pretty clear that you see a lot more when you switch shoulders, and you can use that to your advantage, but I never really think to switch it.
Well, maybe let's try.
Let's try. UI UX. We already talked about the weapons and items having a glow on the edge when you look at them to make sure that you know what you're going to pick up. That's pretty cool. And they also added a key guide just to show you what the keys do. But I've never found this useful because it comes up and disappears so fast. Like it's like up and then it's gone because I'm already loaded in. So
so this is just
it's part of a loading screen. Yeah.
No, that's dumb.
Yeah, so I don't have a chance to even look at it because it's gone so fast. They also tweaked the markers on the map a little bit, just the visual of those. Previously, they had the white letter kind of just on top of the yellow, orange, green markers. But now they like cut out a circle on the marker and then put the number within that circle. So I can't really explain it, but it's basically making the markers a little bit easier to read.
They just left out a hole.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They just cut out a hole.
Yep.
They said that this comes from feedback from players who were confused about the previous marker design with the player icon. I don't really know what that's referring to. I never really had a problem with the markers. What's cool, though, is this anti-cheat reporting. So now we know that they banned the guy that you reported. How cool is that?
It's awesome.
Your recent reports for player name for teaming has been received. Based on this evidence, we've taken action. The player has been temporarily suspended until this amount of time, and then we're investigating further. So they will give you an update. That's the message you'll get if the people that you report were actually banned, and that's so nice to see. I love getting that feedback. Otherwise, you just report and report and report, and who knows what comes of it. But now they're actually informing you that thank you for your report, and we banned the guy. That's awesome.
Now, from the team management window, you can report your own teammates when they're being not nice people.
Yes. That's great, too, for people who play with squads, with randoms.
And how many people play with randoms, too? Hopefully, none of you listeners do, because we have an awesome Discord that you should join.
Hey. So you weren't there, but we played with a random the other night. And it was awful.
Oh, I bet.
So this guy, he got in a motorcycle and was just ramming our car constantly. And then he was very slowly trying to run us over the entire game. And then he decided to drive really fast and crash into a wall and die. But that happened literally right next to another team that just wiped us. So it was a great time. Randoms, no, don't have any need for that in my life.
No.
However, I will say I did meet John in a random match. So,
Who? John?
there's...
John? Do we have a friend named John?
We did once, and then he went over the sea, and then he was never seen again.
Over the sea. Damn. Custom matches. So players will not be able to access custom match settings even if they're not the owner of the session. Oh, that's good. So you can at least check it out more. They added 2 more custom game presets: War Mode, a bomb kit for Dodge Bomb, that event mode that I didn't play, mode which only uses throwables, and a VSS kit, a game mode which only uses VSS.
Oh, God. What?
Stupid. Decrease the minimum required players from 10 to 8 as well, which is probably helpful.
Yeah, that's helpful for getting a game going. Because the way they did it before was like you'd create a game and then you'd sit there, like 3 people would join, and then they'd see no one else joining, and then they'd leave.
Yeah, and then you'd go down the queue, but they changed that part, so...
Yeah, really annoying.
Instant items. PGI Team Hoodies sale has been extended. Sale these items will end on... It's already over.
Moving on. Want to get some more money out of you to get those PGI Team Hoodies. And then a whole bunch more bug fixes, and I think we covered a lot of these, but these are some additional things I think they added after the fact. Oh no, that's not. That's something else. But for some reason they repeat the bug fixes. That's weird. But we have more patch notes below that, which is the fuel gauge. They fixed that again. They say it again for some reason. And then they give a few more bug fixes, which is things like in first person, players could see through walls in some situations. Tooltip fixes for the shotgun choke. Sometimes you would not get on the plane at the beginning of the match and instead stay in the initial spawn location, which that's fun. Crouching, if it was set to hold and you use it multiple times, the action would act as if it was set to toggle. Character models would appear stuck in the crouch position. Players could be teleported to an entirely different location while on Sanhok. And then the fuel gauge, again, for the 3rd time, was mentioned that they fixed it. So there you go. That's your patch number 20 for PC. Just hit live servers, I believe, as of last night, which would have been August 22nd.
All right.
Pretty cool. And that's not all. We got more.
I mean... one's more kind of just an FYI. The leaderboards will end on the 27th to start a new season. That one flew by, didn't it?
It really did. Really did.
Damn.
Yeah. And what else flew by was this event mode from last weekend. I don't know how we missed that, but it didn't really seem that exciting because it was literally what we've always been playing for the past hundreds of hours.
They threw everything back in the crates and made the game not as good.
Mm-hmm.
Level 3s were no longer in crates. Car 98s were. That stopped right after I started playing, as they took Car 98s out of the crates.
Yeah, and also Tommy guns too. There used to be a time when you could have Tommy guns in crates. That was like, why would I want to go back to that? I don't really get that nostalgia. Like, it's not long enough for nostalgia, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they ran out of ideas. Just give us like cool war modes. Really, that's all I'm really looking for. But if you played that and if you liked it, let us know. But it didn't really excite me. It ran from August 16th to the 18th. Sorry, 19th. I can't read. I think that's your personal computer place.
Here's your personal computer place. Feels good to be back.
Yeah. Gameplay tip. Do you want to take this one? This one's pretty cool.
After downing someone, shoot them a few times, but not enough to take them out. Somebody wrote...
Clay did. Sorry, I didn't put that in the show notes. This is also from Discord when you missed this week. But this is from Clay.
Anonymous. I frequently put only 1 or 2 bullets into a down enemy so that they start screaming at their teammates that I'm trying to finish them off so their teammates panic. Then I use them as bait. It shortens their timer on being able to get revived, and it also makes their teammates think that I'm preoccupied. So after a bullet or 2, I reposition and wait on the teammate to expose themselves. I think that once their down teammate dies, it's a sunk cost for the remaining teammates, and it doesn't give you any gameplay advantage. But also, a full 30-second timer doesn't make for good enough bait. That's actually a really good idea.
I'm giving a thumbs up to my monitor, expecting that you'll see it. But yeah, that's a cool tip. Just shoot them a little bit, but not a lot. Just a little bit. Make them panic. Freak them out. Get the teammates to do something stupid.
Yes.
Applies to both Xbox and PC. Great tip. Love it. A lot of people like that one, so I wanted to highlight that in this episode. And now your favorite.
The Xbox box.
What's in the box?
The Xbox box!
You got to take it after that. You have to.
So, guess what, everybody? 1.0 launches 2 days before my birthday. That's right. 1.0, everyone.
Make
Savage.
all checks payable to Lord Beardface. He accepts checks and Venmo
No,
for
you
birthday
can't
gifts.
have to know my full name in order to send me checks.
No,
And
Lord Beardface is an acceptable legal name.
that's right.
Yeah.
Guys,
Wait, hold on. What is it? 1.0?
1.0, dude. But now we're a real podcast.
Yeah. Continue.
Savage, War Mode, achievements that carry over from not 1.0, Savage Event Pass, new skins to celebrate, and Xbox Green. Limited edition wireless controller for only $70.
What a bargain.
You don't even have to buy the game again. It'll still be $30 for new players. What? Custom games coming later for Xbox, not a 1.0.
And this is where I mentioned people want to do teams and tournaments and stuff like that. So, again, if you have interest, hop into that Discord, join that competitive PUBG room. Just get the feelers out. Let's gauge interest.
I'm sure there's plenty of interest.
Oh, yeah, there is. We probably have enough for 2 or 3 teams, I think.
It's a pretty cool controller for $70. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. How would you describe that? It's like... It's not camo, but it kind of is. And then instead of like circular pattern, it's more square.
It's neat. It's cool.
It is cool.
G on the back.
Yeah,
I mean, I like it.
I like it. And I don't know if I like it for $70, but I like it. Where were we?
There was a video. I don't know how we're gonna show a video because we're a podcast.
I think we can do it.
All right, ready? Oh, what a great video! Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
wow, that's real great.
Oh,
Look
player
at that.
unknown. You're so smart.
Oh boy.
Good job.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, did
Leave
you
your
see
clothes
that?
on, Brendan.
Whoa.
Don't. Whoa. Not cool, bro. This is YouTube.
Actually, I don't mind.
You
it,
can't
to be
do
honest.
that.
Yeah, that's fine.
No. Put the gun away. No.
And that was your Road to 1.0 video. It is actually a pretty good video. You should check it out. It talks about the Xbox Road to 1.0, just as you would expect it to, based on that title. And now we have a community post. August, week 3.
Posting it up. We're posting stuff up. It's a community post week 3, even though it's not weekly.
They talk about a bunch of stuff. Public test server updates. However, some of these things have already been pushed to live, so they're not too exciting. They already talk about that in a previous letter, just about the patch notes for the test server. They also say that, just in case you don't know how to find it, here's how to find it. You just search PUBG test server, download it to your Xbox. They talked about some of the things that they screwed up, like sensitivity being lowered after exiting aim down sites. They reproduced it with a Type B controller preset, so they had you use Type A for a while. They fixed that issue, and they just say, thank you for your feedback because we were able to jump on these bugs because you reported them, got them fixed in a hot fix on the 15th. So they're just kind of reiterating that, you are helping us test, and that's good. Public test server is for testing. You're reporting the bugs. We're fixing them. Dynamic weather, they said some of you haven't got a chance to experience that dynamic weather. So what we have done is laid it out for you. You have a 15% chance of fog or rain, which is also 15%. And this means that there's a 30% chance of dynamic weather on overcast. And I think that does not add up to 100. No, it does not. When you first get into a match, the game will decide the weather setting, clear, sunset, or overcast, Overcast itself has the lowest probability of the 3 weather pools, 15%. And then you've got fog and rain, each at 15, and then 30% of overcast. What? It doesn't make sense.
Nope.
That doesn't add up.
Nope.
They screwed up something there. I don't know. Anyway, Fix PUBG. They're also talking about how the Fix PUBG campaign impacts the Xbox version, and they say that everything that we're doing for PC also applies to Xbox. They're working on the desync. They're working on the bugs. They're focused on the quality of life updates on the PC version during that campaign, and they will implement it on Xbox with a 2 to 4 week gap in between. Most bug fixes will carry over in 2 weeks, with bigger optimization related updates carrying over in less than a month. So this is to try to weed out the bugs and issues before it comes to Xbox. So they're using the PC as the testing grounds there. And they just say, thank you, you're doing great. We have a passionate community. You guys are awesome. Our game isn't total crap. That's about it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. And we also have update 18, but I think we've covered all these notes because we talked about them in the test server.
Live as of like 2 days ago. So
yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Let's move right into that sweet loving mobile home.
Beep beep.
So apparently their season 3 has begun with a new Royale Pass, which probably has everything. They have a War Mode Extra BP event. Can't get a single kill on War Mode? Well, how about you try harder? In fact, players who eliminate more than 18 players in a single match will get an extra incentive of 8,888 bee palaces.
Banana packs.
That even runs from August 23rd to August 26th. Yeah.
Yeah, do your thing.
Do your shout out in here, man.
Oh, my shout out? Oh, geez.
Well, you wrote the special shout out, but here's the thing. This was cool.
Yeah. This was an email unlike any other that we've gotten so far, I think.
I am pumped about this. Go for it.
All right. Email to hotdroppodcast@gmail.com. Quote, "Hey guys, just found your awesome podcast and wanted to let you know that I enjoyed it and I am a PUBG mobile playing mom. I started and got hooked on PUBG because my son wanted to play it, and since he is still a quote-unquote child, I needed to approve it. This is my first video playing experience ever, and I'm having a fantastic time. I have subscribed, and thanks for a great show." How cool is that?
We're diversifying, everybody.
Boom. We talked about it last episode, and we've done it. We've got the demographics. We have at least one PUBG playing mom.
And
it's freaking cool.
Announcement. Moms, if you love your kids, play video games with them. Dads, if you love your kids, play video games with them. Grandpas, grandmas, if you love your grandkids, play video games with them.
Specifically PUBG in the Hot Drop clan. Just going to say that. That's awesome. Thanks, Tiffany, for your email, and that's just so cool. I hope you're in the clan. If you're not, we're going to make a special spot for you. We're going to kick someone out and put you in there. Just kidding. We're not going to do that. But we'll talk to ITT Tom because he's running the show over there, and I think he probably has some slots since they've leveled up the clan, and we can get you involved. So cool. Thank you again.
It's the question of the week. It's the question of the week.
Okay.
I believe you. What is the question of the week?
Well, first we got to talk about the questions we got.
From the week.
From the week, yes.
And then we will discuss the questions of the week.
Correct.
Questions from the week. So this is what we got, right? Colonel Ping wants to know if we could play one game for the rest of our lives, what would it be and why? I mean, it's got to be this one, right? It's the podcast.
It's got to be.
Like, I've literally devoted hundreds of hours to this game and the podcast, so it's got to be this game.
It's got to be. I think it's so fun. to have a different experience every single time you play it, and it's got to be this one.
And as an adult man, I get to hang out with my friends playing a video game. So like, there's nothing that really beats this.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, you're, I don't know, 8 hours away, and I get to hang out with you whenever I want.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yep.
Pretty great.
Yep. Point Click says, why do you think PUBG blew up so fast, even with it not being a AAA and having so many bugs? Why do you think, except for Fortnite, that it's crushed the other competition and has tried to do this style? What makes PUBG the battle royale? And what do you think, with the industry all cash grabbing for the next battle royale, that it will have staying power to continue to be the game changer, if it is to stay alive? Question, but I think my long and short here is, it blew up because it was so new but everybody had clearly wanted it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody's like dream playing video games, like fighting simulators and stuff, essentially was like, what if we all just fought each other? And it wasn't like, because like when MMOs come out, like people get mad because people troll them and like shoot them and kill them, and you get really angry about it, but that ruins your actual game experience. This one is meant to do that. You're supposed to kill other people. It's essentially an MMO that you are supposed to kill everybody whenever you see them.
Yeah, it eliminates the whole problem of like griefing and shooting people and people getting mad that you shot them, because that's the entire point of the game. There is no other point. So yeah, I mean, I could write an entire essay about this. I think there's a bunch of reasons. I think the first one is it's just so easy to understand what the objective is that your grandma could pick this thing up and play it, you know? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not everyone's grandma, but, you know, some people's grandmothers.
You could ask her.
Okay.
Say, hey, Muriel. Like to play PUBG? And she'd say, who are you and what are you doing at my house?
So true. But hey, you know, I think a lot of people who don't play video games can understand what they're looking at when they see someone play this. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons. It's so simple. It's so straightforward. It's Last Man Standing. It's the Hunger Games. Everyone loved that movie. And it's the same thing. And it was inspired by all those movies that are like that. So it's that, and it's also the fact, like I just mentioned, so many different things can happen. You sort of choose your own adventure. You can play however you want and still win. You don't have to be the best. You can be a very crappy player with very good luck and win against very skilled players, which is like no other game can do that for you. Yeah, I think the weapons also, like the looting, is satisfying. The gunplay is great. The fact that you can keep moving around the map and picking up better and better attachments for your weapon to make you feel more powerful is pretty great. The spots where you'll have action you can go to if you want to play that way versus playing a little bit more softer and slower. And you can play with friends. Like, the game gets so much more exciting when you play with a squad or with a duo partner. And it really encourages communication over skills, I think. So there's a ton of reasons. I could probably go into more, and we could really break this thing down. I could write 2,000 words like Clay did about esports, but I think that's the long and short of it. It's just it's so much potential too. Like, you look at this game and I see something that's an unfinished product, and I see something that could be something completely different in a couple of years from now, and so much more robust. They could add base building and turn it into a zombie game. They could add planes and turn it into like a Battlefield type thing. There's just so many ways they can go with it. And I think that's also what keeps people coming back, is like, what can it be? What are they adding? And they've also done a really good job with the development process to keep it exciting and new features coming in always.
That's why I think that it's crushed any other competition. And even Fortnite, I'm going to make a bold statement here and say that you can't compare these two anymore. They're not the same game. They don't give you the same thrill. They are the same concept, yes. But like, you are finding and modifying weapons, and the realism of it all is why none of these other games can actually compete. So Fortnite is on its own, doing its own like cartoony crap. The Call of Duty or whatever it is that is doing this is not gonna. yeah, it'll be fun. People will play it, but it's not going to be the same thing. People are not going to like it the same way. As long as Bluehole gets out of their own way and continues to try and make improvements and stuff, this game is going to be around. I think that the PGI tournament, that was just the start of how this is all going to work out. We were really skeptical about the esports version of this, and I think that it is going to have a population for a long, long time. Yeah. I mean, there are still people now that probably think CSGO is stupid as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, sure. I have no interest in that. That's dumb. I don't care. And it's still, like, clearly people like it.
Yeah, it's like one of the top three, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, this game's not going to die.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I think CSGO is dumb as hell. I don't want to watch it. I don't care to ever play it.
That's just, like, your opinion, man.
Yeah, but, you know, it's going to be top of the charts for years to come.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with PUBG. Like, people play it. People love it.
Yeah.
As long as they keep coming out with new content, people are going to play it.
I think it's just timeless too. Like the whole concept of it is just, I don't know. It's like set in modern day. It's relatable in that sense. And like what you do in the game is like something like what you would do in real life as far as, well, not shooting people, but like driving cars around, going wherever you want, like going into houses, sitting in them, watching for people to come by. I don't know. It's just like the whole realism of it is something that none of the other games have. Like even CSGO, like it's realistic in that the aesthetic is realistic, but like how the weapons handle and like the physics of it are not realistic. And like Fortnite, not realistic at all. But like this one is, and I think that has a certain draw to it because you'll never really get sick of how real life is. Does that make sense at all? I don't know if that's real. That's a real good statement, but I don't know. Last question. Killer 2 EZ. Does anyone use the Winchester?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I'm sure there are people that use it, but not here.
Not here. That is all. Maybe you should use it, but you should try, but nah.
Yeah, like everybody tries the new weapon, but I'm not gonna keep picking up the revolver, you know? I don't care.
Garbage trash.
It's not fun.
Yeah. It is powerful, but it's not worth your time.
I've gotten a couple of good kills on it, but I would never be like, oh, yeah, Winchester.
Yeah.
Most of the time I go, that's not worth picking up.
It's not any good up close. It's not any good at long range. It's just that weird medium range. So, yeah. Meh, pass. Pick up something better. And now the actual question of the week. Question of the week.
It's the question of the week. It's the question of the week. And this is a question of the week.
What was the question? Do you remember?
I have to go back and click it.
Oh, God.
What is your favorite weapon and why for all of you newbies out there?
And oldies.
Yeah, but like we did it because they were like, what? We never heard this question before.
So there's a lot of banter in this week's question. It was kind of all over the place. So many people answered this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot. But anyway, Colonel Ping kicked it off with a slightly different take on the question. Says he hopes that's okay. It is okay, Colonel Ping. What's not okay is stepping out with a Molotov and getting picked off in a top 1 situation. Sorry, I had to jab you a little bit. That was mean. He was really upset about that loss. Sorry, man. That was rough. Anyway, he said his favorite weapon is his squad mates, whether in duo or a squad. If the squad are working well together, I don't believe there's a more powerful weapon in the game. Fully functional, well-oiled squad will be a total machine. And yes, of course, it helps if we have more than 4 pistols between us, but other than the minute after dropping, most players will have guns of slights. Guns of slights. Is that a English phrase? I don't know. And
guns with sights, maybe?
I thought with sights, but then it says of. Guns of slights. I don't know. Fill us in. That's how the squad then works that sets up the rest of the game. You've got to have a squad that is communicating, watching the environment, someone keeping an eye on the blue and the timer, your standard pusher to get things moving, and of course, some gun skills. But to answer the actual question, he rolls with a Mini 14 and a 4X. It is phenomenal. He, as DVigs will testify, it's the gift he will gladly accept if anyone finds it, and it just seems to be the gun that he'll always get kills with. He loves the speed at which shots are made. It's not an insta-kill or a knock like others, but you can get 3 to 4 shots off very quickly. I am one with the Mini 14, and the Mini 14 is one with me. I think it's a Star Wars reference, isn't it? I am one with the Force.
And the Force is one with me.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Quantum Robin says, out of all the weapons, the one I think I keep picking up and doing well with is the VSS. Stick an extended mag in a cheek pad and double it with a Vector or AR. VSS just works with many situations. I like solo versus squad, solo versus duo, so I often get to pick off enemy squad members without being spotted. With an automatic fire and minimal recoil, a DMR that can empty a mag into 2 to 3 people in a matter of seconds, all while being stealthy, is great. We'll probably get some flack for this answer, but I'd encourage more players to give it more of a go. So here's the thing, Quantum Robin.
If that's your real name.
I hate the VSS. Sometimes you or Zach actually pick that thing up and get some kills, and you're like, I like this gun. And then sometimes you guys are like, I'll never pick up the VSS. And I don't know where the in-between is because I've never found it. I don't want it. I don't like it. It's dumb as hell. But good for you. Good for you.
He hate me, St. Louis, still. Favorite weapons by class with attachment. Look at this breakdown. AR. Prefers the SCAR with the extended quick draw or quick draw mag. Half grip, compensator, and a 6X. It's got great versatility with medium to short range with the 6X if you decide to shoot auto at 100 meters or less. Seems like the recoil is easier to control versus the M4 or AKM since the last weapon patch. For SMG, all day, every day, extended mag, light grip, 2X suppressor. Only shoot it on auto. Easiest recoil to control, laser beam with the half grip. DMR, SR. M24, 8X suppressor. Just more comfortable with it over the car. Shotgun, S12K, red dot, extended, compensator. Pistol, P92, extended, red dot. I can get on board with some of those. Definitely the SR.
Yeah, so, that's pretty
Definitely
diverse.
the ump.
Killer 2 EZ SLR. I seem to do a lot of damage with the gun. It used to be the SKS, but now the SLR with a silencer 6X. It's like walking down the stairs on Christmas Day. SCAR, I like this gun. It just works for me. It used to be the M4, but since they made the changes, I'm all about the SCAR. I wish they would give you an update stock option, but you can only wish. Yeah, it does need a tack stock on it.
Yeah. It's so similar to the M4, though. I don't know if that's...
I don't think they're that
personal
similar.
Preference at this point.
It feels weird to me. The SCAR always felt weird to me.
I wonder why. Wonder why that is. There must be some difference in the stats. It has to be.
Yeah.
But it's very similar. I know that.
I think it's a difference in the recoil, if anything.
Could be. Or like what the aim punch is or whatever as you fire it. Could be.
Yeah.
Slasher McGuff, the star of this week's Discord, being killed by a friend of a friend. I think it might have to say that my favorite weapon is the QBU. Serious trouble picking up any other guns when he's got this one. I might drop it for a bolt action, but I always cry over it for 2 minutes. It just feels so natural to use. I really love the bipod, and it's just strong enough to keep it from being gimmicky. When prone, I can almost always hit running targets enough to kill them. And even without that, it's powerful enough to justify its use. Just feels like a gun with a lot of character, and I love to use it. Its uniqueness is part of what makes it so fun to use. It is very unique. It's very unique. And I love the bipod. I think a lot of more weapons should have bipods, or there should be a bipod attachment.
All weapons should have bipods. 1911, bipod.
Bipod. Shotgun?
Long bipod, so you can stand up and shoot it.
You ever see the cameraman like on the sidelines of like an NFL game? It's not like a bipod.
Yeah, it's like
it's not a tripod.
Yeah,
it's just one.
It's just a stick. It's a stick.
All guns should have sticks.
Oh, this is so hard to sift through.
Yeah. Point click dead. You can skip the part where he tags us because we answered that about AAA. But he says M24 is his favorite.
Swords of Honor. I love any bolt-action sniper rifle, but my favorite is the Kar98. For some reason, when I hear that weapon, it gives me goosebumps. So Kar98 with a 6X scope and a cheek pad is beast for me. Also, ARs. I'm loving the SCAR after the latest update. The M4 doesn't feel as good as it used to, even fully equipped with all the attachments. So suppressed SCAR with an extended quick draw and a half grip with a red dot, 3X scope for a distance is my AR choice. Handgun. Gotta be Glock with a red dot silencer and an EQ.
Love that extend on the Glock. Did you really want to skip point click dead here? I feel like you got a personal vendetta.
Oh, I
against
didn't
him.
actually. I didn't see it.
No, I just wanted to.
You
call that
said
out.
skip what he had.
Oh no, I just meant skip the first part. But he does answer. M24 is his favorite. It's a beast. But it's off drop any of the bolt actions.
M249.
249. Is that what I said? What
You
did I
said
say?
M24.
Well, I'm an idiot.
That's not the same weapon at all.
I was huge M16 fan, but it wasn't meant to be. The nerfing happened, and since then he's been really digging the M4. Headshot a guy on towers with iron sights and military, and it felt great. Might be the best iron sights in the game. Feels great. I switch to it every time I have any other AR. Someone mentioned 6x. I believe it's probably the best scope. Yes, I would agree with that. Run it with the M4 and bring it down to a 3 and lay waste close, medium, and long distance. Great combo. A half grip as well, and he is passionate that it is the best. Nice.
I love me some M4 action.
Same.
Chumi says, I think my favorite weapon in the game has to be the M16 or the UMP. I feel that those are the only two weapons that I can go an entire match without using any attachments. Ever since they buffed the UMP, I've been even bigger fan, especially if I can fill every attachment slot on it. For the M16, I can't find a better way to balance long range and short range engagements. In my opinion, the M16 does this almost perfectly, especially if I can get my mitts on some good attachments, suppressor, comp, extended mag, 3, 4, or 6. I can't use the M16 anymore. It's just, I don't know. It feels like a toy gun.
It's pretty bad. It's P bad. P bad.
Any SMG at this point has been buffed enough where I feel really good with them.
Yeah. I really like the SMGs.
Over the shoulder fire, that is.
Yes.
Yep. SMGs over the shoulder are pretty great.
Yep. Because they pretty much go exactly where you're pointing.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
ARs don't. The AK's okay at it.
Yeah, for the first 10 bullets or so.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Lad. My favorite gun would have to be the M24 Sniper. My very first duo chicken dinner was with that gun in a clutch game where I was solo versus the last 2 teams, and a random care package gun brought me the victory with 3 headshots and a swift follow-up with my M16. I will say that I play on Xbox, and as soon as the new barrel M762 comes out, that will be my new favorite gun. As I've always said, the AK needs some love by adding a grip attachment. Yes, you are correct. Now I get both the modern style AK and the old school polished good looking woodstock AK. I'm a fan of the AK series of guns, if that wasn't obvious. Lulz. And he actually responds to Killer 2EZ and says he has used the Winchester in an early game of squads, and I was surprised how accurate it was. It's a good and fun gun. It's just a gun that's out of place in the modern era and meta of PUBG.
Nightman.
Enemy of the day, man.
Favorite crate weapon is the Groza. You don't even have to get the first shot off someone to kill them with that thing. You can be at half health before you can get your sights on the person you're firing and still rip them to shreds. About 60% of games, I've got one. I've gotten a chicken dinner. Favorite spawn gun is either the Scar or the AK with a compensator. If we got a choice between comp and silencer, I started favoring the comp. It's too much of a difference in gun recoil to go with the silencer. The comp turns the Scar into a laser. I would agree. The compensator is most useful over suppressors unless you learn the recoil patterns all the time. Mm-hmm. When you have them memorized, it doesn't matter if you have a comp, but you are correct. Over a suppressor a lot of times.
Yeah. And I would agree on the Groza. After playing War Mode on Miramar, I got really good at that gun. I was really liking it quite a bit. And it sounds awesome silence, too.
Yeah.
Clay, PC player, likes MK14 the best. It is a gun that I rarely ever see in the battlefield because people actually leave this thing behind. This is me talking about Clay. I sometimes see people just leave it in the care packages and not go for it.
Pretty often. Even we're guilty of that.
Yeah. And usually at this point, I've got something better or equal to it, but this thing is better and I should give it a chance because it's got the bipod. It's got a super fast muzzle velocity, 853 meters per second, according to Clay. It's the fastest 7.62 weapon in the game, including the Kar 98 and the M24. It loses almost no velocity over 300 meters, which means it's like a laser, no bullet drop for anyone you're shooting at. And it has a full auto mode. So you can put a 20 round clip on it and magazine, and have a full auto spray with the thing. So up close, it'll save your life. And from a distance, you can put an 8X on it even. So he says it is the fastest time to kill out of any gun in the game against level 2 or 3 armor. And you have the bipod, which greatly reduces the recoil if you're able to go prone, which allows for rapid single tapping on enemies that are far away. I personally think it has the best silenced sound in the game. Sorry, M24, but the deep metallic clanks of the full auto MK14 make me feel warm and fuzzy like you never could. I got to give this thing another chance.
Yeah, gonna have to, man.
If I find it. Gun range.
Yeah. RG Cards 14 says my favorite weapon is the UMP on Xbox. My playstyle is very run and gun, which means I tend to combine a lot of the close quarters action in or sneak out players in nearby clusters or seek out players in nearby cluster buildings. Typically, I don't feel comfortable using a weapon when I have a certain combination of attachments, but with the UMP, I can run bare bones, or with attachments, I feel 100% confident that I'll win every time I go into an engagement. There's a lot of versatility with that gun as well. Obviously, it's known for its close quarters abilities, as most SMGs are, but can slap a 4X on it and use it as a rifle in certain distances, which just adds to the confidence during the game. I'm sure we all have that one gun that gives us butterflies when we find it, and the UMP is definitely mine. On a side note, I'm new to the Discord, but I've been listening to the podcast for a few weeks now. Just came across it while I was looking for podcasts to listen to at work, and I'm glad I found HOTDROP. Looking forward to the next episode. Well, here it is, buddy, and you got your shout out. Boom. Thanks for joining.
Boom. Matthew Eugene Von Doom. Eastern Daylight Time.
Matthew.
I don't know which is my favorite. Okay, moving on. Just kidding. The UMP makes perfect sense, is what he says. Even before it got buffed, I've always found it to be the most versatile gun. It has a fast enough fire rate for close quarters, easily controllable for mid-range, and you also have a 4X to put on it, which will give you that ranged kill. And you can put a silencer, too, to make a poor man's VSS. Pretty rad.
Ryrie, 9, the Preacher Life. My favorite is the Scar. I use everything, but if I had a preference, it would be the Scar. It takes more attachments than the AK, and I view it as a powerful submachine gun. The Schlooby says, I'd have to say whatever gun doesn't potato when I'm in a jam. Get out of my house. But if I had to choose one gun, it would be Get It Out Vector. None suppressed, but with a compensator. If I'm shooting you with my Vector, I'm most likely in your field of vision, so silencer is useless.
And my counterpoint will be, it's useless to the guy you're shooting, but not necessarily to the people around you. That is your tip of the day. You will not attract people if you can pew, 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 real quiet, and pew, 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 dead. Without him shooting back. All right, T-Cur45, another newcomer to the Discord, says, couldn't have said that better myself, but he's still struggling to pick a favorite.
It's tough, man. It's very tough.
And I think that's good, though. There's so many different weapons, and they're all so great, and there's all usable in so many different circumstances that, there's no one real shitty gun except the Erangel revolver.
Yeah. So let's hear a little bit from ITT Tom, everyone's education for their future. The first and only weapon that everyone wants and should carry is the pan. It covers his ass while he's running away sometimes, and also makes a great sound when used across an enemy's head.
Boom.
On a side note, I am not ever going to say that I'm worth being on one of the competitive teams for Xbox.
Come on, Tom. You're better than that.
You're better
Don't
than
put yourself
that.
down.
I mean, I'm not, but whatever.
Don't put yourself down.
It's my podcast. Nepotism at its best.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why you're still on the team, the clan, the mobile clan.
Yep.
But he says, but damn, I would order a jersey, t-shirt, hat, mug, or whatever team swag the group comes up with. It could help with travel cost if needed. That is positive thinking, because I've been watching and we have some great players. Yes, we do. And in fact,
so many great players.
I have to give a shout out right now to Colonel Ping, because I just made fun of him a little bit ago, and I was really mean and said, way to go for stepping out and totally choking. The next 2 games, they just won back-to-back. So, great job. I'm very mean. That was not nice of me to say, but I'm glad that you just got those wins, so I don't feel so bad anymore. Carry on.
The Slithery D. Favorite gun is the SKS, but you can snipe with it and also use a close quarters combat. If you can't find an SKS, then try to find an UMP, because 9mm is easy to find and the gun is perfect for the way that he plays, which is to rush enemies, spray, and pray.
And Downward Spiral, Rez, also says he loves the SKS for that same reason. Throw a vertical grip on that bad boy. Healthy Griffin.
Healthy Griffin.
Healthy Griffin 4.
The fourth Healthy Griffin.
Yep. 1 through 3 wasn't healthy enough. My favorite is probably a toss-up between the M4 or the Scar. Well, a lot of this right now. A lot of M4, a lot of Scar. Just because I feel like the recoil patterns of single... Yeah, that's some typo there. I'm going to guess Scar. Are so crisp when I use them, I instantly feel more accurate. Though, of course, finding a Scar every game never happens. So I usually just make do if I can get at least an ump.
That's beautiful. Thank you all for these answers, because this is we got a lot of different answers than we did before, and a lot of different people than we did before, and this is pretty great. I'm still sticking with my M4 as my choice, because I'm pretty sure I did that the first time we did this question. I'm also going to add on the Car 98. I like it a lot.
I think someone said the butterflies that you get when you pick up a weapon. Mine, it has to be the M24. It's just, he
does nothing for me.
Just gets
does
me
nothing for me. Nothing.
Pulls my socks up.
It's the wood stock that I like about the Car 98.
I mean, that gets me going too, but not as much as the M24 does. And even like the AWM, it's like, it's exciting, but it's almost like, I don't know. The thrill of finding an M24 in the world is more than the thrill of finding an AWM in a care package for me.
All right. Next week's question of the week is what you're most looking forward to for Xbox 1.0 and what needs to change immediately for the PC version. Yeah,
we just got a lot of updates. So we know that customs are coming, Savage, War Mode. What are you most excited about? Hop in the Discord. Let us know.
Call that hotline, which we're about to make bling.
508-216-0006.
Call it. And we make the hotline thing. And it only be one thing.
You have new messages.
Hey HOTDROP, it's Colonel Ping here. I'm just ringing because Dano was just watching and saw me choke massively. I swore quite a bit, not going to lie. I let the team down, I let myself down. Couldn't handle the pressure of Dano watching me. But I have to say, Dano then went offline and we went and picked up chicken dinner straight away. So I'm not sure if it's my fault for pressure or it's Dano's fault for watching. But as it's his podcast, I'll say it was my fault. Anyway, that was it from me. Regards to everybody. Keep up the good work. And catch you again soon. Cheers all. Bye.
Question. What kind of bear is best? False. Black bear. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Hey, long time listener, first time caller. This is one of the mobile guys, Tom. I'm calling in for a replacement. Your beer face. Can you do some Nirvana? That'd be awesome. Thanks. Bye.
This is the ghost of Anthony Bourdain, here to tell you that Dan O is right and Point Click Dead is wrong. Gazpacho is just salsa. Also HOTDROP is the best podcast ever made.